So we're standing here in front of AG27XF3, which was a brand new product that we launched in 2022. And let's back up a little bit and just think about some of the information we had going into 22. This thing was so impressive on yield as an experimental that we really dismissed the yield because it was just almost unbelievable how good it was as an experimental. So we kind of took that with a grain of salt and kind of thought, you know, there's no way that's repeatable. Well, lo and behold, it was pretty much repeatable. It had exceptional yield in 2022. So a little bit about the product itself. So average emergence, it is pretty susceptible to SDS. So I would highly encourage you to put a SDS seed treatment on it because you're likely going to be planting it early, given its maturity. Which, speaking of its maturity, it's a little mislabeled, a little misleading. So if somebody asks me what my best 3031 bean in the lineup is, I'm going to say 27XF3, and it's likely going to get a little bit of an odd response. But it definitely last year is when we saw it in plots across a large region that it does trend to be a little bit fuller than what it's labeled. So it is going to act more 3.0-ish, 3.1-ish as far as maturity goes.
Yeah, it does have the ability, and whether you call it a 2.7 or a 3.0, it does move south very well.
Yes.
I think Chris has some markets where guys are really interested in early beans early. And really the biggest challenge we've always had with Group 2 soybeans is people worried about giving up yield. And so when we're looking at late Group 2s or early Group 3s, we're looking for something that has top end yield that will hopefully be competitive with full season beans. And I've seen this thing in plots out yield Group 4s. So it does have the potential to run with some fuller season products, and it will be the first Group 2 product in many, many, many years that has been a high volume product for us here in Central Illinois.
If it repeats it again this year, it was always real easy to find in plots last year, not because of the mislabeled maturity, but it had a cluster at the top of 4 or 5 pods, and you could pick it out in every plot that it had that really nice cluster right at the top of the plant.